mais distance.
Hey, listen, my intention is to go in there and fight hard and hurt him.
The boxing world just got shook to its core. Mike Tyson, at 59 years old, just dropped the first look at his training camp for Floyd Mayweather. And people, what we're seeing is not what anyone expected. This isn't your regular old man trying to relive glory days. This is Iron Mike looking like he's ready to erase somebody from existence. The footage that came out has the entire combat sports community talking. Some are scared, some are excited, but nobody can look away.
Nice one, Mike. Nice one, Mike.
Let me break down everything we know and what insiders are whispering behind closed doors about this mega fight that's scheduled for April 25th, 2026 in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Trust me, this is way bigger than just two legends stepping in the ring. So here's what happened. Tyson's longtime coach, Rafael Cordeiro, just posted a training session on Instagram. Simple caption, just 2 words, keep going. But those 2 words sent shockwaves through the internet. The photo shows Mike drenched in sweat standing right next to Cordeiro, and the look on his face, pure focus, pure hunger. This man is locked in.
Look where your left hook is when you finish, Mike.
Now here's where things get crazy. Sources close to the training camp say that what we saw in that Instagram post is just the tip of the iceberg. People who've been in the gym are claiming that Tyson is training like a man possessed. We're talking about intensity levels that would break fighters half his age. Multiple insiders suggest that Iron Mike is waking up at 4 a.m. every single morning, old school style, just like when he was coming up under Customado. Reports indicate he's running 3 to 5 miles before the sun even comes up. At 59, think about that. Most people his age can barely get out of bed without their back hurting. But Mike isn't most people. He never was. Cordeiro has been working with Tyson on and off for years now. He trained him for that Roy Jones Jr. exhibition back in 2020. He trained him for Jake Paul in 2024. And Cordeiro has always said the same thing. Nobody hits like Mike, not even close. In the past, Cordeiro went on record saying he thought his life was going to end when Mike first hit the mitts. He said he saw his whole life flash before his eyes. His wife, his daughters, everything. Because the power coming from a 50-something-year-old Mike Tyson was scarier than most prime heavyweights.
He's a different level of athlete, different level of athlete. He trained really, really hard every single day. The way he moved, I never see before. I train a lot of guys, Mo, as you know, for a long, long time. But in my career, I never hold mitts for somebody and throw the punch the way he throw. The power he generated when he throw his punches is something like, say, man, where's this come from?
Now imagine what that power looks like when Mike has a real target. Someone like Floyd Mayweather standing across from him. Here's the thing that has boxing fans going absolutely nuts right now. Floyd has been dead silent, like completely quiet. Since the fight got announced back in September 2025, Mayweather talked big for a minute. Then he just disappeared from the conversation.
Now I know a fight that fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to fight Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event.
Meanwhile, Mike is out here posting training footage, doing public events, telling people, Floyd Mayweather, can you believe that? At his speaking engagements. He's hyping this fight up while Floyd is nowhere to be found. People are starting to wonder what's really going on. Is Floyd having second thoughts? Did he realize what he signed up for? Because there's a massive difference between fighting John Gotti III in an exhibition and stepping in the ring with the baddest man on the planet who's been training like Rocky Balboa. Sources suggest that Floyd hasn't shown a single training clip. Not one video, not one Instagram post, nothing.
Isso! That's it! Bro! One shot!
And that's unusual for a guy who usually loves showing off his lifestyle and his workouts. Some people in Floyd's camp reportedly believe he might be underestimating just how serious Mike is taking this. Now, let's talk about what's happening in Tyson's actual training sessions, because this is where things get absolutely wild. Word around the gym is that Cordero is putting Mike through footwork drills that would gas out fighters in their 20s. We're talking about intense defensive techniques, power drills, speed work, everything. The session that Cordero posted on Instagram, that was just one part of a full day of training.
You know, but the day after the fight, right after the day after, I woke up and told my wife, why did I do that? You know, I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
What did you think of Jake's power, man, when you were in there?
I don't remember it. But my body was really sore. Yeah, my body, my chest, my stomach and stuff was really sore.
People who claim to have seen the full camp footage say Mike is looking sharper than he did for Jake Paul. Way sharper. His movement is better, his combinations are cleaner, and most importantly, his mindset is completely different. When Mike fought Jake Paul, he admitted later that he woke up the next day wondering why he even did it. He said he didn't know what was going on in his head. That fight seemed like it was more about the money than anything else. A quick payday against a YouTuber.
Mike Tyson and Mayweather don't like each other. If there's a fight that might be real, like where Mike Tyson might say, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out, or I'm going to try. Could he hit him? I mean, that little motherfucker can move still. At 50 years old, he's so slick.
Yep.
He's still in shape. He's still fit.
They're both old as fuck.
Old
man.
as fuck.
But this
is different. This is Mike Tyson fighting Floyd Mayweather, two of the most iconic names in boxing history. This is legacy stuff. This is the kind of fight that people will talk about for decades no matter what happens. Insiders claim that Mike sees this as his chance to prove something that nobody else could ever prove. That size and power still matter. That technique isn't everything. That the biggest puncher in heavyweight history can do damage to anybody if he connects. Think about the styles here for a second. Floyd built his entire career on defense. The shoulder roll, the reflexes, not getting hit. His whole game was making people miss and countering. He retired 50-0 because nobody could figure out how to touch him consistently. But Floyd has never felt power like Mike Tyson's power, ever, not even close. Floyd fought mostly welterweights and super welterweights, guys who were around 140 to 154 pounds in their prime. Mike Tyson weighed 228 pounds against Jake Paul. That's a 70 to 80 pound difference we're talking about.
We getting ready.
Of course. You know my saying. Everybody know my saying. All work is easy work. I'm putting to the easy work.
People in the combat sports world are already speculating about what happens if Mike lands clean just one time. Do Floyd's defensive skills even matter when there's that much force behind a punch? Can technique overcome pure, devastating power? These are the questions keeping boxing fans up at night, and Mike knows it. Reports suggest he's been watching old Floyd footage obsessively, studying his patterns, looking for openings, trying to figure out how to close distance on the greatest defensive fighter of this generation. Cordero is apparently drilling him on cutting off the ring, making Floyd fight in a phone booth where he can't move, where he can't use his footwork, where it becomes about who's tougher and who hits harder. And here's something that many people don't realize. This fight is happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the same country where Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman in the legendary Rumble in the Jungle back in 1974. That's not an accident. The promoters picked that location specifically for the history. Ali used the rope-a-dope strategy against Foreman, let the bigger puncher tire himself out, then took over late. Could Floyd try something similar? Could he survive the early rounds when Mike is fresh and dangerous, then take over when the old man gets tired? Maybe. But sources close to Mike's camp suggest he's preparing specifically for a long fight. He's doing serious cardio work, building his gas tank, making sure he can go the full 8 rounds without fading. Because he knows that's what Floyd will try to do, survive and advance.
Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name. Because I'm still the face of boxing.
The fight is scheduled for 8 2-minute rounds with heavier gloves, either 14 or 16-ounce gloves. That's important. Bigger gloves mean more protection, but also more weight on your hands. For a guy like Floyd who relies on hand speed, that could be a problem. For a guy like Mike who's used to heavyweight gloves, it's normal. Now let's talk about what Floyd said when this fight first got announced. He put out a statement saying he still has what it takes to set more records. that nobody generates bigger gates or larger broadcast audiences than him, that if he's going to do something, it's going to be big and legendary. All facts.
Have you been offered or approached about a rematch with Floyd Mayweather?
Well, there is a talk, and where, you know, like I said, I'm happy to start discussing about possible rematch with Floyd.
Floyd is one of the biggest pay-per-view draws in combat sports history. His fight with Conor McGregor did massive numbers. His exhibition fights pull huge audiences. The man knows how to sell a fight and make money. But talking big is one thing. Stepping in the ring with Mike Tyson is completely different, especially when Mike is training like his life depends on it while you're chilling and barely mentioning the fight in public. People on social media have been roasting Floyd for going quiet. The jokes are everywhere. Floyd saw Mike training and bought a one-way ticket to retirement. Money Mayweather suddenly became scared Mayweather. The memes are brutal, but here's the truth. Floyd is a smart fighter, always has been. He doesn't take unnecessary risks. He calculates everything, so his silence might not be fear. It might be strategy. Let Mike do all the talking and training footage while he prepares quietly in private. Still, the optics don't look great when one fighter is screaming from the rooftops and posting gym sessions while the other one acts like the fight doesn't exist. What makes this even more interesting is that Floyd reportedly has another fight lined up after this, a rematch with Manny Pacquiao. So he's looking at potentially fighting twice in a few months at 48 years old. That's insane.
You're gonna fight for real?
Yes.
Floyd Mayweather?
Yes. I wasn't bothering nobody.
I love this guy. Like, why would he want to fight Iron Mike Tyson?
I was minding my business. I wasn't bothering nobody. He just wanted, he picked
He
me
came,
up.
he said, damn, we got a bag, huh, Mike?
No, I didn't say that.
No, it's a bag, though. You and Floyd Mayweather.
The Mayweather team might be thinking this Mike Tyson fight is just an easy exhibition payday. Show up, move around, don't get hit, collect the check, then fight Pacquiao where real money is. But what if Mike doesn't play along with that script? What if he comes to break somebody? What if all this training we're seeing means he's genuinely trying to hurt Floyd? That's what has the hardcore boxing community on edge right now, because Mike Tyson has always been unpredictable. He's the guy who bit Evander Holyfield's ear. He's the guy who knocked people out in 30 seconds. He's the guy who strikes fear into opponents before the first bell even rings. Age hasn't changed that mentality. If anything, it might have made him more dangerous, because now he has nothing to lose. His legacy is already set. He's already the youngest heavyweight champion in history. He's already a Hall of Famer. He's already a legend. This fight isn't about adding to his record. It's about proving that Mike Tyson is still Mike Tyson, that the fire still burns, that the power still exists, that he can still make the impossible happen.
And from there, we move forward. Whatever they put in our path, we're going to do.
Next weekend, it was supposed to be Marvin Vettori against Robert Whittaker in Singapore, UFC 275. Whittaker had to pull out for injury. It sounds like they're going to dance again, though, in September in Paris. Whittaker, Vettori. If Vettori gets his hand raised, do you expect to be fighting for the title again?
And Floyd? Floyd has everything to lose. His perfect record might not be on the line officially since this is an exhibition, but his reputation is, his mystique is. The idea that he's untouchable is absolutely on the line. If Mike catches him, if Mike drops him, if Mike makes him quit, none of that 50-0 record matters anymore. Floyd becomes the guy who got knocked out by a 59-year-old Mike Tyson. That's his legacy forever. The training footage we saw is just the beginning. Cordero posted it with "Keep going" because this is only the start of camp. Mike has 2 more months of preparation before April 25th. 2 more months to sharpen his skills, build his conditioning, perfect his game plan, and every day that passes with Floyd staying quiet, the pressure builds. Every training video Mike posts, the questions get louder. Every interview where Mike talks about this fight like it's real while Floyd pretends it doesn't exist, the narrative gets stronger. This is shaping up to be one of the most talked about events in combat sports history. Not because it's a sanctioned title fight, not because it changes any records, but because it's 2 icons from different eras finally settling something that boxing fans have debated for years. Size versus skill, power versus technique, the puncher versus the boxer, the brawler versus the defensive master, Iron Mike versus Money May. It doesn't get bigger than this. The Democratic Republic of Congo is about to witness something special. Just like Ali and Foreman gave us the Rumble in the Jungle, Tyson and Mayweather are bringing us a new chapter in boxing history. A fight that probably should never happen, but is happening anyway because both men signed the contracts. Mike Tyson is training like he's 20 years old again. Rafael Cordero is pushing him to levels that seem impossible for someone his age. The footage doesn't lie. This man is serious. This man is focused. This man is dangerous. Floyd Mayweather better wake up soon, because April 25th is coming fast, and Mike Tyson is ready to remind the world exactly why they called him the baddest man on the planet. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.